Hello, this is Mr. Collier, and today we're going to be graphing linear functions using just their equations, okay? We don't need to do a table of values, so let's take a look at these lines. These lines are all written as y equals, so they're all in the form y equals mx plus b, where remember m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. So if you look at the first one, slope is going to be equal to 2, the number in front of x. Now the other number, you might be tempted to say that the y-intercept is 3, but it's minus 3, so the y-intercept is negative 3 in that case. Next line, you've got 3 times x, 3x. Coefficient of x is 3, so that's the slope. And there's no y-intercept here, so that's basically a y-intercept of 0. Because if you write in plus 0, you don't need to write that in there, so the y-intercept is 0. And in the last one here, we've got slope equals half, and we've got y-intercept equals 2. So I'm going to graph each of those now on the same axes here. So first one, now you got a slope and you got a y-intercept. It's easiest to start always with a point, which is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is negative 3. I can start down here at negative 3, and I can find as many points as I want using the slope. Okay, so the slope is 2. You can also write that as 2 out of 1 if that helps you. That means each time you go right 1, you're going to go up 2. Each time you go right 1, you go up 2. Right 1, up 2. Right 1, up 2. So you get a bunch of points, they're all lined up, and you notice there's going to be points down this way too. You could also go down to left 1, because negative 2 divided by negative 1 also gives you 2, same slope. So you can also go backwards, negative 2, negative 1, and so forth. And then we're going to connect the dots here. And there, wait a second, I got a little bit of lag here for some reason. Okay, there you go, something like that. Okay, so this equation has a y-intercept of negative 3 and a slope of 2. Next one, let's do this in blue. Okay, so the next one, y equals 3x plus 0. The y-intercept is 0. Slope is 3, so you can write that as 3 out of 1. Or you can write that as negative 3 out of negative 1 if you want to go backwards. So we're going to go over 1 up 3. Going to the right 1 up 3. Or using the negative numbers here, you go down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. Down 3, left 1. And there's going to be your equation of the second line, or your graph of the second line. Alright. Okay, let me graph that there. Alrighty. And lastly, the last line here, we've got half x plus 2. So we can start off with the y-intercept of 2, and our slope is half. Okay, so your slope is 1 out of 2. Remember, that's equal to the rise over run. So your rise is 1, your run is 2. So you can go up 1, right 2, rise, run. Up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. Or you can think of this as negative 1 out of negative 2. So you can go down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. They all line up. That's going to be your line. Let's connect the dots. And there you go.